People ask me where I got my work ethic. They think I had a lemonade stand or something. No. I was 10 years old, 5'9", riding shotgun protection for a trunk full of felony-adjacent horticulture somewhere out on Interstate 10. Late 90s, Tucson, Arizona. The Clinton administration was still happening, and I was already middle management in my grandfather's poor decision department. And today, we're going to talk about the summer my resume included: human shield, bilingual, excellent under pressure, owns Game Boy. Picture it. Tucson, 1999-ish. I'm 10 years old. But my body has already betrayed me. I'm 5'9", not yet even full height. No emotional infrastructure. I looked like a high school girl who had seen too much life and might key your car for sport. But inside, I slept with a stuffed animal. I still thought adults knew what they were doing. And this is the thing nobody tells you about growing up fast in a chaotic family. When your body looks older, adults assign you responsibility your nervous system cannot carry. You stop being a child, you become useful. And Grandpa loved useful. Grandpa didn't always see a granddaughter. He saw an opportunity. Camouflage with long legs. Because nobody suspects crime when there's a bored teenager in the backseat looking like she hates her life. He told me, "Little girl, just sit there and look mad." Sir, I am 10. You've played the same Vicente Fernandez cassette for 3 hours. I don't need direction. This is method acting. If the Oscars had a category for prepubescent disassociation, I would have swept. My office was a cousin's kitchen table that smelled like fabuloso, fryer grease, and unresolved warrants. Men I didn't even know walked in and out. They'd look at me, pause, look at Grandpa, look back at me. Oh, and you could see the math happening in their heads. "Is that child okay?" Grandpa would just nod, like, "She just wants a Slurpee." And I did. I wanted a Slurpee. And safety. And maybe a childhood that didn't involve felony proximity. But you don't know to want safety when chaos is normal. You just think, this must be how families operate. The drive home is where I saw it. My Nino was with us. In the driver's seat. Quiet. Too quiet. Even for him. Gripping a paper map so tight it started tearing. Now as a kid, I thought he was mad. As an adult, I recognized it instantly. That wasn't anger. It was panic. That was a man trapped between loyalty and morality, with no exit. He whispers, "Pa, she shouldn't be back there with the cargo." And Grandpa doesn't even look at him. He just says, "She's why we won't get searched. She's helping." Helping. That word. Families like mine weaponize that word. Helping means endure this. Carry this. Don't question this. And Nino, you could feel his soul splitting because he loved me. But he was still his father's son. And that's the prison a lot of men live in. They know something is wrong. But they don't believe they're allowed to stop it. Here's the part that kills me. The cargo? Weed. Marijuana. Just weed. In 1999, we were risking federal prison. In 2026, I can buy the same thing in a store that looks like an Apple showroom. Would you like indica or sativa? Ma'am, my childhood trauma prefers hybrid. Later on, I went to Nina, because she was the secret keeper. The safe one. Or what I thought was safe. She told me, "Good men to you aren't always good men." And she was right. But what I didn't understand until adulthood was that Nina wasn't outside the system. She was part of it. Not intentionally malicious. Strategic. She kept Nino compliant. She kept peace with Grandpa and Jefe. Side note, Kukui could not stand my Nina. It was the only place I ever felt out of his protection. Though it would probably kill him to know that I ever felt out of his protection. She kept the machine running. Families don't just have villains. They have maintainers. People who smooth chaos so it can continue. So what did I actually learn that summer? Not work ethic, not responsibility. I learned utility. I learned that being loved and being useful are not the same thing. When you grow up in survival families, love often arrives disguised as an assignment. Come with me, sit here, help us, and you feel proud, chosen, important. But what you actually are is infrastructure, and kids should never be infrastructure. Here's the truth that took me decades to understand. Grandpa loved me. Nina loved me. Nino loved me. But love does not cancel harm. Love does not equal safety. And love does not automatically mean someone is capable of protecting you. That realization is devastating because it means the people who hurt you were also doing their best with broken tools. And now we get to the part about men. Because Nino was what the internet would call reactive. He yelled, he snapped, he pushed sometimes, and for years I held that as proof that he was the problem. But adulthood gives you context childhood doesn't. Nino was drowning. He was being pulled by his father and Jefe, managed by his partner, responsible for kids, financial pressure, moral conflict, and zero emotional language. No therapy, no permission to say, I'm scared. Men in families like mine don't get breakdowns. They get labeled difficult, so they explode instead. And that doesn't excuse behavior, but it explains suffering. And if we want healthier men, we have to start recognizing suffocation before explosion. Also, for the record, my world-class eye roll from 1999, still useful. I've avoided multiple speeding tickets with that skill. Trauma responses are transferable skills. Put that on the LinkedIn. When I look back now, I don't see a bad childhood. I see a system. Adults surviving, kids adapting, men suffocating, women stabilizing chaos, and one extremely tall 10-year-old girl trying to be good enough to keep everyone calm. If you grew up useful, I want you to hear this. You deserve protection even when you weren't helping. You deserve safety without earning it. You were allowed to just be a child. And if nobody told you then, I'm telling you now. We are all just interns and families that never filed HR paperwork. Some of us just got promoted to healing. Thank you for being here. I'm BB Savage, and this is Morally Ambiguous. Real talk for the beautifully flawed.